now. So I got Royce over here, and Royce owns a gym, and what's the place called again, Royce? It's in Grays, ain't it?
Uh,
And
yeah, yeah. Green Bean Fitness Limited.
yeah, and he owns Supreme Being Fitness Limited in Grays, and he wants to talk to us and tell us about his sales strategy, his phone call strategy, and he's got a solid locked on strategy that really works. And I thank you so much, Royce, for being on here.
No, no problem. Not a problem at all.
Awesome. So tell me exactly what your strategy is from the ad click, they go into it, and then they sign up with their name and email and phone, and then what do you do from there?
Okay, right. So I think the thing with the fitness industry at the moment is, and the way to set yourself apart from everyone else is to try and get to that sort of upper tier. Like you're the elite coach, you're the go-to coach, and you're therefore not a needy personal trainer, okay? Because we see it time and time again on Facebook. In fact, there was actually a post I was tagged in the other day. Someone was looking for a coach. I was tagged along with a few other personal trainers from various companies, and the client had made certain requests and demands on exactly what they wanted. And every other coach was bending over backwards to say, I can do this, I can do that, I'll do this and do that, and everything to keep the client happy. And I actually drew bullet points, and I just said, right, okay, first of all, you need to go through an application process with us, and just basically worded it in a way that, you're essentially coming to me, not the other way around. And by reversing the tables a little bit and putting the client in a position where they've got to reply and sell themselves to you, puts you in a massive position of power when you finally get to speak to this client. Okay, so what we do, obviously we've got art generating the leads for us, which, to be honest, without your help, buddy, I don't know if it would work very well, because the amount of leads that we get filtering through at the moment is insanely high, which is awesome. So what we was doing initially is every lead that comes through, we was trying to get a call out to, and as I'm sure a lot of the people on this call might appreciate, when you've got that many leads, it's really hard to try and get everyone on the phone, and you spend a lot of your time chasing leads which turn out to be either guys that are not that interested, or turn out to be a poor quality lead who just either don't want to spend the money, aren't that interested in it, or they just click something that they like the look of. Okay, so what we did is they hit the landing page and they fill out their basic information. Okay, so they'll put text, email, and a contact number, something really basic. We don't want to get too much info at this point.
Hmm.
The way I've been taught it is it's a first date. You don't try and sleep with someone on the first date. You
Hmm.
take it step, little bit of an introduction, and try and get the basic information. Then from here they fill out that information, they go into a sequential campaign which will send them out a text message to say, congratulations, we've got your initial details. We're busy at the moment, and to coach with us, you need to go through our application process. And it even says in this text message, we'll be completely honest with you, we do this as a smokescreen to get rid of the people that don't really want to train. It's to make our time more effective, and so that we don't waste our time chasing people that don't really want it.
Hmm.
Um, and what happens then is they get sent an email with an application form at the same time the text goes out. And again, in the text, it will say, go to your inbox and fill out the application form, etc., etc. So then they go to their inbox. There's a little bit about myself and the company, and some before and afters, things that are going to make them legitimize us and think, okay, yeah, this company can do it. They know what they're doing. And then they click the link and it goes to an application form. Now, this application form is structured in a way that it goes into a bit of an emotional attachment, and again gets them to sell themselves as a client, rather than just us bending over backwards as a company, which
Hmm.
no doubt we do, but I need to know that the quality of the client is there as well. Okay, so for example, we start off, the first thing we'll ask, a great way of getting a cost idea out of someone, is to say, how much do you think you've spent so far trying to achieve your goals? Okay, that's the first question. Then we say, how does that make you feel? So we're just tapping on emotion a little bit. They might have spent thousands and thousands. How does it make you feel that you're not where you want to be and you've spent thousands of pounds? They're going to be upset. Yeah, they're not going to be happy with that. Then we say, and why do you think you're not at your desired goal right now? So again, they are giving you reasons why they kind of self-excuse. Again, we're lining everything up so that in this phone call later, they've already answered all the questions we've got. Then the next question straight away is, I'm selective with who I let train in my programs, so tell me why I should choose you to come onto our next program. And straight away, you just reverse the tables. You turn the tables on the client immediately, because now they're thinking, I've got to sell myself to this company. I need to know, that these clients have got that inner desire, that burn to want to work with us. And naturally, as people, they'll find it. They'll find that sales tactic and say, "Oh, I'm lazy. I don't really want to do it." If they're going to fill out the application form, they're going to sell themselves. So straight away, they're giving you bullet points that you can pick on later in that call and say, "Right, well, here's what you've said." Okay. Then from there, we go on to tap onto emotion a bit. So we go on a scale of 1 to 10. How do you feel about your body right now? Okay. And I even put a little cheeky thing. It says 10 being you'd happily run down the road naked. And again, that puts a little bit of, not too much comedy, but they'll have a little laugh at it and they'll think, okay, yeah, they're not 100% serious, because that can freak people out. The next one is, what made you fill out this form today? As in, basically, why now? Why are you suddenly taking action? These people that need help, it hasn't happened overnight. So what's happened straight away that's made them take action today? And in that, I actually say, please be as detailed as possible. You've had enough. You're frustrated. You're not seeing results. Blah blah blah, etc. So again, they're giving you so much information as to why they're here right now, which again gives you such a strong sales call later on. Then I talk about the energy levels a bit. So I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your energy levels? And then the next question again is a really cheeky way of separating yourself from the competition. So the next question is, why have you chose Supreme Being Fitness and not one of the cheaper pay-as-you-go personal trainers available? So straight away, I'm saying to them, look, we're not a cheap pay-as-you-go company. We're an elite coaching company, and we're separate from the competition out there. And already they're answering a question as to an objection they may have later, because they understand that we're going to be a bit more expensive and we are a higher quality service. We go on to, okay, what have you tried in the past? Has anything worked? Has anything not worked? And explain. And then the last one is like a multiple choice question. So all they have to do is select one of the boxes. And the first question is, what are you looking for from this program? The first option is sustainable weight loss and toning. The next one says adding solid muscle. The next one is a non-intimidating environment. And then the next one is being surrounded by like-minded people. Last option is all of the above. Then it goes on to the last question, and it says, finally, which of these sentences describes you best? An excuse maker that always looks for the magic pill, a procrastinator that always puts things off, or someone who has decided to take action now. Okay, and that's the last question. So again, that last question is tagging them to really think about where they are in this journey and are they ready to commit. Now, straight away, if someone even fills out this application form, myself, I now understand that they're already really warm, because they've taken the time out to fill it out. Most of the answers we're getting, these are not like one-word answers. These are people writing paragraphs about problems they've faced and issues they've got. Even some of them, I won't go into detail, we've got some real deep emotional stuff that these people are laying out on the line for us to read. And what that gives you as a coach, when you first call this person, I already know so much information about them and how much of my help they need. It's not just oh, I'd like to look better in a bikini in 6 weeks. They've actually told us why they're frustrated, what they need help with, the ins and outs of the fitness journey that we've got to think about. Then when we call them, okay, we can talk a little bit about the form they've filled out, but I don't dwell on it too long. Most of my calls are about 3 minutes maximum. And all I'll say is, I've had a little read through your form. I think there's a lot I can help with as a coach. However, I like to do everything in person, because we can't really tell much about each other over the phone. I want to invite you down so we can actually meet each other, show you how we operate. When are you available to come in? And then from then we book the consultation, we bring them in, and again I'll talk a little bit about sort of their goals, what it is that they really want from the program when they come in. And again, they've already answered the questions in that form. So honestly, it's so easy to sell. To put it into perspective, we've already booked, what are we on now? We're on the 10th. We've got 18 appointments booked at the moment for people to come in. From the 8 consultations I've already sat this month, we've sold 7 of them, ranging from between £250 a month to £350 a month. And the total new revenue, just from them consultations, is £8,400 in new revenue in like 5, 6 consults.
That is amazing. That is awesome. That form I've never seen anyone else use. I have some clients using some long forms, but not the way you've done it like that. That is really, really, really impressive. And so you get them in from the landing page, they sign up, and then they get a text message, and then they get an email, and the email takes them to the application. So they have to,
Yes.
yeah, okay. And then they sign up from the application, and it makes it so much more
Yeah.
easier on the phone, doesn't it?
Hand on heart, even me sitting the consultations, and obviously I get some of my staff to sit the consultations as well. Not one of us, I think there's 2 clients we've now got that are considering it, and that's only because they want a friend to come on the program with them. But apart from that, since we've been using the form, everyone who we've got into the office, myself, all my coaches have signed up because they've said it's so hard for them to make an objection when they've told us with some real emotional attachments to the support they need. It's very hard for them to then walk away because we can simply turn around and say, okay, but you understand what you've wrote here, you've already spent X, Y, Z, you're frustrated, you're not moving anywhere. Some of the people that are coming in are even saying, they don't want to go out in public and they can't buy the dresses they want, they don't feel comfortable in their skin, they don't want to go on holiday. These kind of emotional attachments that people have got around this journey, we can simply say, look, at the end of the day, what choice do you have right now? Do you continue on that path or do you take action it like you said you were going to?
That is beautiful. That is awesome. I noticed you
But
use the text messaging strategy as well, and I'm trying to tell people that text messaging, you know, uh, there's so much trash out there on the emails. It's just hard to get noticed. But when you text them and you email them, it helps increase that email open rate so much more, doesn't it?
definitely, our email open rate is 85% from that application form.
That is awesome. 85%. That's
Yeah,
incredible. That's incredible.
yeah, we get on the software we can see how many opens we've got and we can see if they've clicked it. And then we've actually got a little bit deeper into the campaign. But if someone clicks it and doesn't fill out the application form, they get scheduled a call a week later to say, look, we can see you've opened it, what went wrong? And they also get an automatic email to say, look, we can see you've opened it, you're probably busy, but take the time out to fill this form. So they'll just get another sort of shot at it.
Oh, awesome. I see. Um, Brian asked, and I know you said this before, I didn't catch it quite, but what specifically did the text message say again?
Okay, so the text message says it's like a welcome message first of all. So it says hi, first name, whoever whatever name they've filled in. It says Supreme Being Fitness Team here. We can see that you filled out your information online, and we'd like to thank you for your inquiry. It then says we currently have a strategy in place as a way of defining the clients that we want to work with as a company. It's written as if it's personal from me as well. It's not designed to sound like a company speaking. It's really colloquial language, not no spelling errors or anything like that, but written as if someone's talking rather than just a blanket message. And it says I've essentially created a smokescreen as a way of discovering who really wants to work with me or who just likes the idea of it. So the first thing I need you to do is go to your inbox and fill out the application form which I've just emailed you. If it says something then about If you don't fill out this form, then you've kind of already answered the question yourself, and maybe you're not quite ready to move forward with this. So again, it's playing right in the ball's in their call. It outright says to them, look, you need to go and fill this out, otherwise you're not ready.
That's powerful. I love it. Are you using is that plus this that you're using for text?
We use a text messaging service called Success Engine,
Okay, okay.
and it links in. We basically generate it all automatically through Infusionsoft. We use Infusionsoft for our automatic campaigns, and that text and everything goes out automatically, so we don't even have to think about it. They fill out the first form. It then automatically sends them a text and the email the application, so we don't even have to think about it.
Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. I love it. You gotta have that 80% to back up the 20%.
Yeah, definitely. It's just converting because again the amount of leads you were pumping through to us was an insane amount. And bear in mind I've got a full-time sales and marketing manager who does 40 hours a week here, and her sole priority at one point was just keeping up with the calls. You know yourself, we've had to call a couple of times to turn our adverts off because we've had too many to keep. And I've been mad on the phones as well. So the leads coming through were really high. So we had to come up with a system whereby we turn them leads into quality leads. So
Hmm.
now everyone who comes through has made such a commitment. It might give you slightly less calls, but every call you make
Hmm.
is such a high quality lead that you book the consultation within 3 minutes. And as I said, out of 8 of them, we've sold 6 or 7. So it's pretty easy.
I love it. I love it. Perfect. So,
Sometimes it takes a couple of days to get the calls out, and people are already texting like, "Oh, I haven't had a call yet. I haven't had a call yet." So they're so hot. The leads are really, really hot.
that's amazing. They're texting you instead of you trying to chase them, and they're texting you asking
Yeah.
you when. That's amazing.
Turn the table. Turn the
Turning the
tables
tables.
completely.
Turn the tables completely with that. And it's all because of that application form.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Completely.
it. Awesome, man. Thank you so much.